Yo, what's going on, y'all? My name is Adrian, and today is the second day of Inspirations Really Cool. In this video series, I highlight one of my favorite acrylic pouring artists here on YouTube. We'll be watching a video of theirs that truly inspired me, and then I'll try to make my own version as we go along. I'll mostly be staying true to the colors and techniques that they use, but I'll be putting my own spin on it. Because as you know, art is subjective and we all have a unique point of view. So the channel we'll be watching today will be Shannon Gibson Art and Design. So on their YouTube page, Shannon writes, "I'm an abstract artist from Canada with a passion for creating simplistic yet elegant modern art. I'm in love with metallic paint, and the classic color palettes are my favorite. On my channel, you'll find a mix of fluid acrylics, abstract painting, textured art, and tutorials that you can enjoy in short or full-length format. Creating modern art is my artistic expression, and I enjoy conveying it on various surfaces such as canvas, artist panels, glass, tile, and wood. So, if you're looking for creative ideas, stunning color combinations, and unique artwork, subscribe and come along for the weekly adventures." So as usual, if you like, please go check out their page, watch a video or two, leave a like or two or 6, and then subscribe. So the reason why I chose Shannon Gibson Art was because she actually commented in my last video that the title of my video, Earthy Metallic Swipe, really caught her attention because she believes that that's the kind of art that she does herself. So I checked out her page, and it was true. She had a lot of metallics, golds, silvers, just rich, fancy colors, a lot of neutral bases, and just it had a level of class that I really enjoyed. So I went through some of her videos, and the one that I landed on was called Neutral Marble Effect. So this piece I really enjoyed because one, the colors. So my brother, you might not know this, but my brother is a part of a fraternity called Alpha Phi Alpha, and their colors are black and gold. And I was like, oh, maybe if I make this and it works out, this is something I can give to my brother. Because I know he's unlike me. He's more on the simple side. So he has a new place and there's not much art. There's not much on the walls. It's a little bare. So I thought maybe if this painting works out, I can give it to him. He might appreciate it for the colors. So on this painting, she's using a 8x20 canvas. And I don't have an 8x20 canvas, but I have a 10x20. So it's a similar kind of long rectangular shape. Not quite the same, but close enough. She also uses a white base, and so I thought I'd do a white base as well, but I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm using an iridescent white, which kind of has a nice little shift to it when you kind of turn it into light. Can't really see it now, but when it's on canvas and it dries especially, you really see that shift. You see that little sparkle, and I thought that'd be a cool little twist. She's also using a color called Suede, which to me looked a lot like this unbleached titanium that I used in my last video. It's kind of like a more tannish, off-white kind of color. I think hers is a little bit more brown than this, but I think this will work just fine. She then uses a 24 karat gold, which I do not have, but what I do have is the deep gold that I used in the last video. I really liked how this looked when it dried. It stayed rich, it stayed very vibrant, so I figured it's not quite as good as 24 karat, but I think it'll do the trick. And she uses a bronze. I'm not going to use a bronze. I decided to go with, you guessed it, more gold. Except this gold is a bright gold and it's pearlized. So that means it's kind of similar to that iridescent white where it has like a shift. Whenever it dries, you kind of move it in the light and you see these little flecks of color and shimmer that I really like. So I think this gold paired with the deep gold will look really cool. And then she uses a matte black. I'm going to use a metallic black. We're just going to stick to the theme of making things nice and shiny. Metallic black is just that. It's black. And I think it has like sort of a silver shift to it, but it just adds a nice little pop of shine. Also, in all her paints, she's mixing them with Liquitex, Gloss Pour Medium, and water. I don't have Liquitex, but I do have this Floetrol right here, so I'm going to use that instead. I think Liquitex makes it a little bit more glossier and maybe thinner, I think, but I think this will do the trick. I do have Gloss Pour Medium right here, and I have my water. So let's do it. All right, so I'm gonna change up the camera angle a little bit. I'm gonna put her video up. You'll see that in the corner somewhere. So let's give it a go. All right, let's get started. Neutral marble effect. Ooh, look at those. Shimmer. All paints are mixed with Liquitex, gloss medium, and water, like I said earlier. Ooh, look at that 24 karat gold. Wow. Nice fedora. Okay, so it looks like she's using Bear brand. Thin consistency, I got mine pretty thin. All right, so she's starting off with just her white base. Okay, 8x20 canvas. All right, I'm gonna pause there. So I'm gonna start with my iridescent white right here. Okay, mix it up. My consistency is fairly thin. This is thinner than I typically would go. I normally like a lot thicker of a consistency, unless I'm doing like a Dutch pour or something, which I rarely do. But when in Rome, so it looks like she just poured a puddle in the middle. She didn't quite stretch it or, okay, she's kind of left it centered. You know, in a weird way, this is probably my eyes and just them not being that great. If you know me, you know that that is very true. My eyesight has declined a lot, but you know, that's age. You gain wisdom, you lose sight, right? All right, but I'm noticing that her canvas almost looks like the same dimensions as mine. Mine's a 10x20 and not a 8x20, but so I think it's close enough. All right, so it looks like she's going in with her lighter color next. Let me press play and make sure. Yes, her suede, okay. She does one strip, stretching it a bit. All right, okay, I'm gonna pause there. All right, so she does like sort of an angled strip of her suede. Then she kind of stretched it out this way and then kind of brought it back. So we'll go for something like that. You know, if it's not exactly the same, it is what it is. You know how fluid art is. All right, so she started here. Ooh. Man, I would never have put colors that are this close together, all together in one thing. I'm so about like the opposites and stuff, but I can already see how we're gonna have that nice subtle difference in colors and design. So she kinda went here. Let's see, we're gonna bring it back. Ooh, look at that. I already see the iridescent nature of the white coming through, mixing in with that unbleached titanium that I'm using. Oh, this is gonna be cool. This is gonna be cool. If my brother doesn't want it, you know, maybe we can just sell it. I have a good feeling about this one. Actually, let me throw in some gloves. That's important. As I was doing that, I was like, oh no, it's gonna run off. And then I was like, oh no, my hands aren't covered. Sometimes I like to paint without gloves just to kind of feel the paint, you know, but it also takes so long to clean. Okay, back to the video. All right, she's going in with that gold and like the similar pattern. Okay, so that gold looks like she did a bit of a bigger line. Do I want to go as big as that? I think I'm going to keep it thin like I did the first one, but I'm going to keep it on the left side. Yeah, so I'm going with my deep gold right now. I'm going to try keep it on the left of this line that I just made. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Well, it is what it is. All right. Okay. I think that's about the same. So she doesn't tilt. Okay. Looks like she goes in right with that next color. Let's see what that is. Bronze, it looks like. Yep. Bronze. She goes right on top. Okay. So I'm going to go with my Pearlized light gold. And we're gonna go on the right side, I think. Yes. I'm saying I think as I'm already pouring. Be fun if it came out. I guess I'm gonna do this, but it's already like halfway out the cup. All right, so she also doesn't tilt that. She leaves that there. So I got a little deep gold and iridescent light gold. I think that's really gonna show. Right now it looks almost the same now that it's wet, but when it dries, I think that difference will really show. And all right, what's next? Matte black. Okay, she swirls through and she comes back. Nice. Okay, so that's funny. I was gonna just go ahead and kind of squiggle my matte black through. I felt like that color should kind of just be incorporated more throughout the mix, but she just did it already. So hey, look at that, great minds, right? All right, so she went this way and then she came back. So we'll do something similar to that. So we're squiggling. Look at that. It's funny when you use thin paints, how they all just kind of fall into each other. Oh, it looks like DNA almost. Nice. Okay. So far, I have a good feeling about this. Right now, it looks kind of funky. It looks bare, but trust the process, right? All right. Creating movement and flow. So she's kind of taking her, looks like a stick, mixing stick maybe. She's swirling. Okay, but her swirl, okay, they seem almost random, but she kind of has this forward and backward motion she's sort of doing. Okay, that one was just, all right, yeah. I like that. She's starting on the white, working into the color and kind of coming back. Let's see how she finishes this off. I gotta admit, for me, acrylic pouring, next to just the stretching part, I love wrecking. I love like this, like where you kind of draw lines and go crazy with it. It just takes me back to childhood and just being messy, you know? All right, I'll pause there. Okay, she's about to stretch, so let me do that. Next, I'm gonna do my little schwaps. Okay, and I got my swizzle stick. This is what I use to mix the paint with. So let's see if I'm as graceful as she is. So it looks like she started kind of out in her base color and like bring it in. She swirled and then she brought it back like that. Okay. I wonder, does she clean her swizzle stick after each time? I'm not sure if she did or not. I think. Actually, I'm gonna back up and let me double check. We're gonna back it on up. Okay, yes, it looks like she is wiping it before. Okay. And she's actually, oh, okay. All right, I see. So I went in sort of straight up and down like this, where I had the thin side rubbing against the canvas. She has it almost on the flat side, so I'm gonna go for that. That makes me nervous, but it seems to work for hers. Okay, we're coming back. All right, I like that. Doing this, I'm noticing that I use a ton of paint. So I hope I don't stretch it all off. Hope I keep some of this goodness here. I'm gonna go a little crazy. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, oh, I love that. Look at that. Wow. It reminds me of a skunk. I don't know why, but my first thought was, oh, that's a skunk. Wow, okay, all right. So I wiped it. I'm gonna do more of that. I like that. That was sort of a spur of the moment kind of thing, and it worked out. Okay, so I'm gonna swizzle again, and then I'm gonna bring it back just like that. Yeah, because it seemed like, if you notice in hers, she keeps a lot of the interest or excitement on the right side, and it gets thinner over on the left. So I'm gonna go for that. So I'm gonna keep passing back during my swipes to even add more flow and more fluidity. All right, so we're swerving, and I'm gonna bring it back, Look at that. Wow. Also, I just love the smell of paint. Like, that's probably not good, but it's another thing. It's another nostalgic thing of just playing in paint. How just swiping kind of brought me back to childhood. Just smelling of it, it does something for me. It's almost always calming. Only time it's not as calming is when we're doing those surprise bucket painting challenges that Corey and I do. Sometimes I get so nervous about the challenge that I get, or the technique, or the colors especially, that I'm like, this feels stressful. But the smell, the playing in the paint, looking at it happen, for the most part, stress typically like seeps out of me. Painting is always a very calming thing. Even right now I'm filming, but I feel kind of chill. I feel like I'm in safe hands with Shannon over here. All right, so it looks like she's tilting. Let me watch how she does that. Okay. We're going up, and she brings it back. Okay, she goes up to the right. Nice. So she's saving a lot of the color. She's kind of just tilting off the white. All right. See, look at that. Look how there's so much color and action over on the right side. And it's a little bit more bare on the left. I like that. I don't know if I'll quite get that with mine. Mine's a little heavy-handed on the left side. Okay. Ooh, okay. Oh, I see what she did. Hers is getting busy on the left side too, so she just tilted that off to keep it more white and clear. Look at that. All right. Okay. Nice. She's working on her composition now. Stay tuned for the close-up. All right, I'll pause it there. Now it's time for me to tilt. So, this is both the fun and the most nerve-wracking part. So, yep, my paint's kind of moving this direction too, so I'm gonna go here. I hope this overhead camera is working out. This was Corey's idea to kind of use one of our Metro racks to hold the stand over here. And I think it's working out, but we'll see in the final product. The last video I made, fun story, well, kind of a sad story, but I guess fun. It's relative, right? I recorded 2 versions of the last video, the last inspiration for the cool video. The first one, I didn't quite, the one that I actually posted, I didn't quite like how I did it. Like the setup was kind of funky. You couldn't really see what I was doing. Ooh, that's actually, All right, I'm gonna put this down. I'll finish the story real quick. The setup that I was doing was funky. It was sort of a mess. So I tried it again and it was right on. Like my painting came out great. The camera angles are better. And then I go to save everything and I realized that I didn't film a lick of anything. So I was like, well, I guess we're going with the first take. And that's what's posted, but such is life. But I think this is working out. I for sure have sound. And I think the camera angles are a lot better. So I'm going to tilt off this edge here first. Let's see. I really want more white on the left. So I'm just gonna go that far. That's as far as we can go. And then this top left corner here, I'm gonna try to tilt that mostly off and kind of create like a cool, balanced sort of look. Yeah, oh yeah. Do I wanna go more? Oh, I love that already, how it is. Oh, I love that. I'll leave it, I'm gonna leave it. As an artist, you gotta know when to stop. I think this is where I want to stop. I love that composition. Look at that. Wow. All right, so now I'm gonna get in close on this and kind of give you some of my thoughts. All right, so first and foremost, this composition is gorgeous. Look at that. If you look at it from this way, it looks like you have this awesome emotion and passion just popping out of this white over here. It's pow. Or if you look at it from over here, it looks like you have this kind of chaos and craziness, and it just sort of, it just subsides right here in that corner. I love how balanced it is. It feels balanced. I feel like this could be hung up this way, that way, forward, backwards. It's gorgeous. So I'm gonna get in close here. So the first thing I'm seeing here is this pearlized white. See, oh, there you go, we focused. Okay, so notice that, you see that shift in there? It's almost, I don't know if that's like a gold shift or what, or it looks silver, right? But it's, oh, that's gorgeous. So you see some of the black starting to creep in here. I'm gonna torch this. I think some cells might kind of pop through here because all the mixtures of paints, the metallics. I think it might create some cool little moments. But what I like least about this is how much black came out. I did do 2 swipes back and forth, but something about that metallic black, when you use just a little bit of it, it spreads and it kind of takes over. However, it didn't take over all the way. I still see some of this, the golds. I still see the 2 different golds in there, that deep gold and that light iridescent gold peeking through there. Look, oh, look at that. Look at that moment right here. Wow, I'm trying not to curse because, you know, it's sort of a family channel, but Jesus H Christ. All right. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That just looks like something you'll see on another planet. I love how, look, this iridescent white starts here, and then it kind of shifts over to like that gold. Oh, that's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. And I can totally see the 2 different types of gold in there. I don't quite see that unbleached titanium. I'm sure it's there, but it doesn't really pop for me. It's probably adding some dimension I'm just not quite getting. If you see it, hey, put it in the comments. This corner over here is just as gorgeous as the rest. Look at that. You see that gold shimmer just kind of floating on top of this black over here and the white. Oh, that's nice. I think my brother might love this. If not, like I said, hey, we'll sell it. You know, if someone wants it. Once this dries, I'll get in close again so you can get the final look. All right, so here's the finished version of this painting. It's all nice and dried. We got it under the nice lighting here. So the first thing I thought when I saw this was I just love the movement. Everything clearly kind of starts from this direction and does like a swoop. It reminds me of like sand dunes. Like my first thought is desert. So when it dried, I actually noticed more of that unbleached titanium in there. You can kind of see it in some of these swirls here. See it popping out there. It really balances out the gold well, I think. The gold, I'm only really seeing 1 shade of the gold. I'm pretty sure both are there. I'm just not really being able to decipher it right now. But the gold and the unbleached titanium, it pairs very well. You can see here, there's just a little cell action here. These paints didn't really react like that together to make a lot of cells like they typically do, which I liked. It kept it more, I guess, clean in a way. You can see here though that you see some of the black and some of the other colors kind of got hidden under the paint here. I think this paint I used if I remember correctly, I used metallic white. Yeah, I used a metallic white base. And it kind of floated on top of some of the stuff that I laid on it. I think because I made the paint so thin, it all kind of just sunk in and maybe just snuck under there. But it's kind of cool. It adds a little bit of dimension. So overall, I'm in love with this painting. I would have never, well, I don't want to say never, but typically I wouldn't come up with something like this. I definitely give credit to Shannon Gibson Art. It was a great idea. It was really fun to follow her video. It was very simple, easy to follow, and the result is just amazing. I mean, it's simple, it's elegant. I have it turned this way because I just like how the motion feels like this. I flipped it the other way. It looks cool like that. It looks cool from the side, from the other side. It's just a nice balanced piece of work. I just texted my brother to see if he liked it, see if he wants me to send it to him or not. If not, hey, this will be for sale. So I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.